Hello, once again, it's me, ssasuke125 here, and today I'm going to be making part 3 of the sanobashi discussion video. Anyway, this is probably going to be the last video I'll be doing on this subject, at least until more and more stuff has been found out, or whenever I feel like deciding to make another video. This is pretty much like the last video I'm doing on this subject as of right now. So anyway, might as well go ahead and talk about some of the stuff that was found, and. So, I guess it appears that there wasn't really much that's been found over the last few weeks, or, since the last video. Media Adaptation did take a look through the Guru folder, and he basically found nothing relating to Saki Sanobashi. Well, I mean, it was an interesting search, and definitely did find some other interesting animes like Ogre Slayer, which is a pretty underrated series, by the way. But anyway, yeah. With the whole search on Saki Sanobashi, there really hasn't been much that really came out of it. But there has been some interesting theories stating that Saki Sanobashi could have just been some doujinshi artwork, and I think I might have a theory on who could have made Saki Sanobashi, or this was one of my theories that I had during the time. A famous Goro artist named Joan Goff. Now, who is Joan Goff, you might be asking? Or Joan Gata? Okay, well, he was a really infamous Goro artist, and yeah. Media Adaptation did cover two of his works, Application for Death and Beheading Ceremony, which I would not recommend looking up by any means. It's really disturbing. So I did have a theory based on like a previous post that I saw within the Saki Sanobashi subreddit that stated that, the style of artwork does sound like something that he would make. And keep in mind, this dude has been making like doujinshi artwork since like the 90s and 2000s. So it's only speculative that he could have made Saki Sanobashi. However, that's probably not even the case, but then again, the most likely case of this is that Saki Sanobashi at this point may not have been an actual, like, high quality, legit, studio made anime. It could have just been some doujinshi artwork, as if I said in the last video on this subject. But, hey, I mean, crazy shit has been made by huge budget studios, but it's more and more likely the case that it could have just been some doujinshi artwork or doujinshi fan film or something like that. I mean, it's not completely unheard of. Fan projects have been around since, like, what? Excuse me, the 60s or 50s, believe it or not? Hell, Andy Warhol actually, you could argue, was one of the pioneers of fan projects, because one of his earliest film projects was working on a thing called Batman vs. Dracula, or Batman Dracula or something. And yes, this was a real thing, and this surprisingly came out before DC even made a freaking Batman fighting Dracula, which is kind of interesting if you think about it. But yeah, I mean, or most likely at this case that Saki Sanobashi might not even be real, but, well, I mean, it is, or maybe the reports of some people that claim they've seen it might have been bullshit, or there's another theory that said that they could have seen something like this back within the early years of YouTube. Now, this would make a lot of sense considering that, you know, back then YouTube was kind of lax on a lot of content, like say around like the 2005 to 2008 era, which was surprising. Man, YouTube became a totally different entity as the years went on. Kind of miss those days, honestly, than dealing with the shit we have right now. But anyway, enough about that. But yeah, I mean, at this point, I don't even know if this thing even really exists or even did exist. I mean, it's possible, but however, it's probably very unlikely at this point. But who knows? But yeah, what was I saying? Oh yeah, with my theory on Johann Goff being the one who made saki sanobashi, or at least something similar to it. It could make a lot of sense, or, well, if not him, at least various other, doujinshi artists could have done it. Speaking of that, why hasn't anyone actually asked Johann Goff if he actually did make saki sanobashi, or at least a project similar to it? I mean, it wouldn't really hurt to ask him, or them, or, her, whatever. But yeah, or maybe as an idea, instead of looking up professional animes made by high-budget studios, maybe they should look up some, like, doujinshi artworks to see if maybe, just maybe, that could have been the case. I mean, it's possible. Hell, you wouldn't probably have to go to the deep web to find it since, I don't know, there's a lot of things for doujinshi. Anyway, sorry for the cutoff right there. So, yeah, when it comes to, like, doujinshi, maybe we should start researching doujinshi works if maybe to find something. But, who knows? All I can guess is that, even if we ask, like, a bunch of well-known guru artists during the 90s and early 2000s if they might have made something similar to that, it's probably unlikely that they'll respond to, like, email for like, an interview or something. Although I would be interested to see if they would respond, or what their response is. So, yeah. Anyway, this is ssasuke125 here, and, well, I don't know what to really say, but I guess signing off for right now until we have further information on Saki Sanobashi's whereabouts. And also, I just want to give a huge shout out to Media Adaptation in his research on finding, trying to find Saki Sanobashi, and to everyone else, and to Wang. And hope you guys stay safe and have a good one. Keep living, and peace.